Gentlemen, it's such a pleasure
Hey,
to meet you
Nick.
all. How are you today?
Nice to
Doing
meet
quite
you.
well,
Nice to
man.
meet you.
How about you,
Uh,
Nick?
Good to hear. I'm doing really well. I'm doing really well. There's not many shows or interviews that I get up at like quarter to four in the morning for, but I couldn't miss up the chance to talk to you guys about the final season of the show, which is it's truly incredible. And I kind of want to timestamp the when we're talking because we're a couple of days out from obviously the Japanese premiere of the finale. We're not too long. Then the English dub's not too far after that. It's this cultural moment in time. It's a show that's impacted millions and millions of fans around the world. And I just am curious to know to get from you all what the impact of the show has had on all of you as it comes to an end in time of reflection. Maybe we'll start with David. What has this show sort of done for you over its time and your time on it?
I love how you just encapsulated with cultural impact. I haven't quite heard it put that way, but that feels like the right scope. It really, yeah. I mean, I can't even begin to describe the impact that it's had on me as an actor, as someone who loves the craft of acting. It's my passion. I could talk about it all day long, and to get to do that with such strong characters and strong story for close to 10 years is I've said it before. It's just an unbelievable gift that I can feel, but I don't even know if I'm able to fully understand the impact for me. It's very rare to get to live with a story in any medium, in any acting career, performer's life, to get to live with a story and a character with this amount of depth for close to 10 years. It's just such a rare opportunity. And I, I couldn't have expected how I would feel about this at the onset, but the impact has been one on a huge scale. It's also been a nuanced impact of getting to talk to people about what it means to them and how it's impacted them. Those small little moments that are not small at all, but um, it it's just an unbelievable thing to be able to participate in and to get to do what I love on this scale. I'll always be grateful for it, and I'm excited for the ending. I'm sad for the ending, and I'm hopeful to see what's next.
As fans, we feel that impact too of all of it. Patrick, for yourself, how are you feeling coming into these final moments?
Oh man, it's weird because I, am sad that it is ending, but also I would rather a thing end and end well and end on solid footing and be definitive than just sort of, go and 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 go. Like it's, you know, sad it's ending, but I'd be sadder if it just sort of went in perpetuity. I really like the idea of it just ending strong, ending well, these characters all getting their due, and that's what I'm seeing. So I really when I get too sad about the fact it's ending, I just sort of have to stop myself and reframe how I'm feeling because it's been such an unexpected gift,
Mm.
all of this that I can't be too sad that I'm getting down to the end of the box, so to speak.
I love the idea of it's like sad that it's over, happy that it happens. Like that's where I feel like we're all at the moment. And Jason, for yourself, what are these
I
feelings at the
agree with
moment?
Patrick. It's I mean, I'm distinctly in the beginning phases of mourning. It is a trip. It is a strange thing to, and a rare, beautiful thing as an actor to have a character with this kind of long, slow arc. The creators did us a service with just how thoroughly they developed these characters, the depth of character, the depth of emotion, the relatability, there's so much there for people to look at that echoes in their own lives with circumstances they've actually been through. And for me personally, I mean, if you ask me how it's changed me, I mean, I would go as far as saying it's made me a better friend. It's made me a better father. I mean, it's my by far for me the most cathartic thing I've ever worked on, the most therapeutic role I've played. I'm a survivor of childhood abandonment, and I relate to my character on so many levels, as my friends know. Not to mention the relationships that have kind of been distilled as a result. I mean, like I've told these guys all day today, these guys are my brothers now, and in no small part, it's working on this show together that's gotten me to know them, to know their hearts, and that's never happened to me in any project as an actor, let alone an anime, a cartoon. I mean, the fact that this can happen in this medium is something that I never, ever would have thought was possible. Um, that said, saying goodbye to this guy, I think I'm not ever fully going to say goodbye to him, because I am him and he is me, and he will always be in my heart. It's just how rare, how beautiful, and to see that we've, like I said in an interview ago, we do these jobs alone in this dark box by ourselves, isolated, isolation booths. They're called isolation booths. And then to out of that, to just to see the impact, to talk to the fans, to see how we've made, made them think about their own lives in a different way and given them hope for the future, and potentially given some guidance in how you can pursue certain situations and take them differently in order to make yourself a better person. I mean, it's just incredible. I could go on and on, man. I mean, uh, it's overwhelming and magnificent, and I feel so very lucky.
It speaks to the power of storytelling, the power of anime, the power of art, that how much impact it can have on people. And these, like you said, these stories are so resonant because the characters are so rich, or your characters are so rich in depth. But we resonate with it as fans because of your understanding of them as well. And you all talked about sort of the nuance and the small moments of characters that do have those bigger impacts. And Jason, I'll throw back to you again. Was there a moment either in this season or in the series as a whole where there was that turning point, the pivotal moment with the character where you go, I get this guy and this is what I'm going to do with Dawi for the rest of for the whole series?
You know what's interesting is I've always understood him
Sure.
pretty completely. I mean, once I understood the motivations, just prior to the turn, to the big reveal with Dobby's dance, I didn't know what his motivations were, so I wasn't necessarily connecting the dots in terms of my own personal childhood trauma and being able to relate to him in the capacity that I ultimately ended up being able to, courtesy of the amazing team of writers. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's just it's overwhelming. It's to have something that you can relate to so specifically, so completely, to get to the point of, like I said earlier, like changing the way that I deal with my son, or the way that I deal with certain situations with friends. It's, I mean, how art is crazy, right? I mean, it's
Is crazy.
truly crazy. I went a long time in my life not understanding that we could have an impact like this, thinking that what we did was purely entertainment and no big deal, that it was something that we could live without as humans. And I don't think that anymore. In no small part, this has been part of that turn for me as a human being. And I think that that's part of my growth, my evolution out of my own trauma. That's part of my healing. And believe it or not, this guy's trauma has helped me to heal. It's, man.
That's incredible, man. Thank you for sharing that. And like I said, it's the reason it's so resonant with so many people around the world, because they can connect with the characters on that level as well. And Patrick, for you, has there been a pivotal character moment over the course of the series that kind of you had your connection where you clicked as well with Engie?
I think for me, the two biggies were the high-end Nomu fight in season 4, where he and Hawks go up against that high-end Nomu, and he really has to step into that idea of sacrifice and
Mm.
selflessness that hasn't really sort of embodied his hero journey hitherto. He's like, I want to be number one. I want. And the dude's objectively good at his job, not really great at the other aspects of his life. And that's, with All Might being out of the picture and him being number one, not the way he wanted to get there, but technically
Sure.
being number one, he realizes, like, oh man, there it's not just burning things, it's not just punching things. There is an aspect to this that I have to be a symbol. I have to humble myself, abase myself, sacrifice myself for the good of others, and that is sort of untrodden territory for him. And then of course the stuff in season 7 with his family, all of that coming to a head. And uh, just to sort of dovetail what you guys were saying, I think it's amazing because I forget sometimes that I go into the booth and I hear the performances that you guys have already laid down, and they make me laugh, they make me cry, they make me feel so viscerally, but we're not even having this moment of communion, in real time with each other. We're we're
No.
we're we're leaving these audio logs for each other, for lack
Mm.
of a better term, and then we hear them and they affect us so greatly. And also we're having to fit all of this truth into pre-existing lip flap, pre-existing timing, pre-existing story. You know what I mean? It is. I remember when I saw that episode of ours in 7, those 2 episodes, and it just affected me so deeply with what you guys had done. And then the very next episode was the stuff with Toga and Ochako, which was equally emotionally just destroyed me, and was a bunch of stuff up close on their face. At least with us, we had the latitude sometimes in our stuff where it would be a shot from the back. We're off screen. You know what I mean? We had a little bit of room to play. All of their stuff, crazy weird timing because they're all beat to hell, and it was up close on their face, and it was a whole damn episode. And I'm so constantly amazed and impressed by the performances and the truth in the show. You know what I mean? We had a big watershed moment, and then they had one that was, technically speaking, even tougher,
Right.
equally affecting. It blows my mind. I love what I do because I'm surrounded by such talented, honest people.
We love
Well,
what you guys do, man.
can I actually, Patrick? There was one particular moment for me. There was a line that you said that I put in my head that you knew in my heart that I wanted to hear that from my mother when I was a kid, and you got to say this like I should have come back for you,
Oh,
and
God.
that, dude, I just in your read, I knew that you knew this about me, and that
Mhm.
like that's so crazy in the context of this that like I mean it's still I'm tearing up now
I am too.
thinking about how I heard you say that and you knew that I wanted to hear that as a kid and like what the in an anime like what
Mm.
the
Yeah.
man I love
I
you.
don't know if it's the early morning or not, but yeah, no, my
Yeah,
eyes get a little
yeah.
bit watery and puffy as well. David, I'm close to my time there, but just to finish out the pivotal character moment for you, what was the point that show really sort of you
Yeah,
and
there's
Shoto intertwined?
there's a couple. I mean, at the beginning it was season 2, the sports festival fight with Deku and what
Yes.
that did, and as well as his origins episode in season 2. That's where I really rooted into what was going on with him and what was driving him. Um, and then from there, and yeah, I know we're at time, but from there, is Dobby's dance, that reveal, the first time he screams "Dad."
Mm.
It's teaming up with him in a different way. It wasn't at the agency. It wasn't let me learn from this pro hero. It was like we got to do this, you know. And that was the beginning of him, like I think, in many ways, becoming an adult. Growing to a point where in season 7 he could face Dobby in that way, and so yeah, those like moments, those guideposts were huge in his journey. And then just to bring it full circle, season 8, they go and they visit Dobby, and it's like
Mm.
there wasn't a ton of time there, and I just left. It's crazy because I'm talking about fictional characters, but I left there going, I need more time. I need more time with Dobby. I need more time. Like, do I get more time? And I don't know. That will live with me sort of unfinished forever, and I'm okay with that.
I can understand that, and the show is cool, right? This show is really fucking cool. But everything you guys do, the nuance of it and the emotion of bringing these characters to life is, like I said, the reason millions and millions, I feel like I can speak on behalf of the millions of fans, is the reason we connect to it all so much. And bittersweet that this journey's coming to an end. But guys, thank you so much for your time. This has been to talk about one of my favorite shows is such an honor, and talk about with you guys is so cool. So thank you for everything you've done
Thanks so
over
much,
the
Nick.
last 10 years.
Thanks for getting up
all.
early for us, man. We
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Anytime. I appreciate
Thanks,
you
Nick.
guys.
It was awesome.
Let's hope-
Thank you.